I know, right?
For real? So, what kind of videos have you been uploading?
The usual. Piggy meme videos, and I made a Piggy Rebooted Chapter 3 review.
Piggy Rebooted? You made sure to make it clear the game sucks, right?
What?
We both know Piggy Rebooted sucks and Vixo should die, right?
No.
You like Piggy Rebooted?
I mean, it's not a bad game. It could use some improvement.
Piggy Rebooted sucks, and anyone who likes IT is an idiot. Vixo is a piece of garbage that should burn for eternity.
Dude, no. Just because you don't like Rebooted doesn't mean you should hate Vixo for making it.
I don't care. Vixo is talentless, pathetic, and borderline utter
Yeah, there is probably someone who would act like that at the mention of Piggy Rebooted. I'm gonna guess most of you watching don't use Twitter or X, or whatever Elon calls it now. So you probably don't know how hated Piggy Rebooted is. This is because there are two sides of the Piggy community, and they are very different. These sides are what I call the YouTube and Twitter side. The YouTube side is most of the Piggy community nowadays. It also has most of Piggy's younger audience. The Twitter side has Piggy's older audience. The YouTube side is probably nicer. Now that we have that out the way, most of the hate for Piggy Rebooted is in the Twitter side of the community, and most of Piggy Rebooted's fans are in the YouTube side of the community. But to understand the hate for the game, we first have to go over its history and the origins of its popularity and hate. Well, without further ado, onto the video. On October 29, 2022, Piggy Rebooted would be created. The name was later changed to Piggy Rebooted, due to a request from someone who had been developing a game with the same name. The day after the creation of Piggy Rebooted, Vixo would upload his first video, a tutorial on how to beat Chapter 1. The video did extremely well, causing some YouTubers to see it and make videos on the game. The popular YouTuber Banananim would make a video on the game, bringing more attention to it. More and more people started making videos about the game, and this would spark its popularity. DefXboy12 would also start making videos on the game. December 10th, 2022 would be the release of Chapter 2. Now this isn't really important, but what is important is Chapter 3. Chapter 3 was the first chapter with a custom OST, which showed that Vixo knew how to make music. But then something interesting happened. You see, Vixo actually had a game before Piggy Rebooted. This game was a Piggy Troy ripoff kinda thing, and a bad one. But the game was shut down a bit in Piggy Rebooted's run, a bit after Rebooted Chapter 4. Vixo would announce that he was remaking the game and putting Piggy Rebooted on hold. A month later, Piggy Rebooted Chapter 5 would come out. This chapter is special because Paul Flins would start making videos on the game. Then the game would go silent for a little bit, until Chapter 6 finally came out. Now this chapter isn't bad. Actually, I think this is the best chapter Piggy Rebooted has ever launched. The map has a lot of similarities between it and the original map, yet still having a unique take on it. I actually prefer the map of this chapter over the insane Series Hospital map, but the thing following up to the chapter would be pretty devastating for the game's reputation, and that thing is Discord. You see, Vixo actually has a server, and this server, well, it's a mess. I still have an old thumbnail from a couple months back, for a video I was planning on making but never did. The Discord server had extremely problematic moderators. I believe some of them are still there today. This drama was like losing a TDS match on the last wave back, but the game continued. But then something happened. There was a disturbance in the timeline. No, it can't be.
I always come back.
Now I remember Vixo saying Piggy.EXE verse was the replacement to Piggy.EXE, although I'm not 100% sure on that. I think even if he didn't say it, it was meant to replace Piggy.EXE. The game was announced for months ago and was released on June 1st. Now here's the thing. Piggy.EXE verse was finished a bit before it came out. So Vixo started working on something the community would come to hate. A little bit after Piggy.EXE verse came out, Piggy Rebooted 2.0 came out. I think it was an overall improvement, yet I expected more. Another problem is that until now the story has been kinda worse. Piggy Rebooted's story was going somewhere, and by chapter 8, people were interested in what was next in the story. Vixo said Rebooted 2.0 was to satisfy the people that didn't like Piggy Rebooted, but instead he made them angrier. Another factor was that Game Pass morphs. People found these a scam since most of the morphs were just old badge morphs. A bit before Chapter 3 came out, Vixo made an unfunny offensive joke. Vixo left Twitter because of this, and in all honesty, that was the right choice, but then he came back. I sometimes wonder how Vixo handles the hate he gets mentally. And the hate isn't only the community's fault, by the way. Both sides are in the wrong. The community is being way too harsh on Vixo, but Vixo is also failing to see why they don't like the game. People don't like Rebooted 2.0 because it didn't improve much and it also made some aspects worse. Vixo is a nice guy and I actually have direct contact with one of the developers, Minimalix Fusion. He stated working for Piggy Rebooted was pretty cool, but Vixo doesn't really talk much with them unless it's for work. So, how should Piggy Rebooted redeem itself? Well, I do not want Chapter 4 to be scary or whatever. I want it to be a normal chapter, but I want it more refined. No gimmicks, and please make it so the bot patrols around the map. Don't overhype it either like Chapter 2. Just make small gameplay teasers to hype it. Piggy Rebooted has a lot of potential, and to see that potential go to waste would be sad. So, this is all I have to say. I hope you enjoyed this. Tell me your thoughts on Piggy Rebooted, and as always, adios amigos.